Yo, what's up, Minecraft gamers, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And in today's Duel Links video, we're going to be taking a look at the new leaked box, Sign of the Harpies. Keep in mind, though, that none of this information was found in the game files, but the leaker was correct about the previous box, so who knows? Maybe this box will be legit. And we're going to cover it in today's video for all of you guys. So if you guys are excited for some new box leak shenanigan, you know what to do. Leave a like in the video down below and sub to the channel for more Duel Links content. Today's video, I'm just going to be reviewing the UR cards and the SR cards that got leaked. And let's go take a look at these cards because some of them seem to be really spicy. Let's go hop into it. So the first card we're going to take a look at is Cyber/Harpie Lady, going to be the main box card of this set. And it looks like Konami is going to be simping for Cyber Angels in this upcoming month in April. Because like I said in my upcoming updates video, there was a new card that got leaked, or not leaked, got confirmed for Harpie Ladies in the new tag duel event that's going to be happening in April. So that's pretty cool to see. But let's go take a look at Cyber/Harpie Lady because this card's kind of cool. This is a wind level 8 winged beast synchro monster. It takes one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monster. For this card synchro summoned, you can treat one Harpie monster you control as a tuner. This card named become Harpie Lady while in the field or in the graveyard. When a spell / trap card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can target a monster your opponent controls or one Harpie monster you control, return it to the hand. You only can use this effect to Cyber/Harpie Lady once per turn. This card has 2600 attack and 1400 defense. So this card right here is actually an extremely good card. So while this card clearly will work well with Harpie Ladies, you can still use this card in other synchro decks that can synchro summon into level 8 monsters because of the fact that its requirements are just generic. And the fact that when your opponent activates a spell and trap card, you can target a monster your opponent controls or this card itself, bounce it back to the hand, is actually super useful because when your opponent wants to consider to activate into certain spell and trap cards, they might be hesitant on actually wanting to do that because of the fact that you can trigger Harpie Lady's effect to just bounce it back to their hand. So like they could activate a spell and trap card that would give them advantage in the duel, but they would have to risk losing a monster on their side of the field, which is actually huge. And 2600 attack comboed with this effect is honestly not too shabby. So I'm very curious to see if when this card gets added to the game, if it's going to be good or not, because it is a kind of a spicy card. I do like it. I do like it a lot. Next up, it looks like we're going to be getting some ninja support and the introduction of F.A'S ninja cards. This is a win rank 4 warrior F.A'S monster. It takes 2 level 4 warrior type monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one F.A'S material from this card to target a ninja monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. This card is 2200 attack and 1000 defense. So first things first, is going to work well in ninja decks and other warrior type decks that can spam out level 4 monsters onto the field. And with this effect right here of allowing you to attack twice during the battle phase of each turn, you can target this ninja card specifically to give it 2 attacks, which is why it's probably going to be listed as a UR card for the fact that it's 2200 attack. So that's going to help you when it comes to like OTKing your opponent, which is really cool. I'm very curious to see how well this card is going to mix with the existing ninja support, because on paper, I don't know if this card is going to be the card that you're going to want to utilize to make your ninja deck good again, because this card kind of just works really good by itself and doesn't really support the other ninja cards. So we'll have to wait and see on that, but still an okay rank 4 monster. I can see this card OTKing a lot of people. And last but not least, when it comes to the URs, because this box is going to be a mini box, Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack is going to be the last UR card from this box. This is a level 7 wind machine F.A'S monster. It takes 2 level 7 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card and special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens that are level 3 and have 0 attack and 0 defense. And while I control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Once per turn, contribute one Mecha Phantom Beast monster, target a card on the field, and destroy that target. This card cannot attack the turn you activate its effect. So this is an okay effect, especially for the fact that this is introducing a brand new generic rank 7 for the game, which we don't really have that many good generic rank 7s in the game. So this one is all right. The ability to be able to summon this card on the field, summon some other Phantom Beast tokens, and then utilize those tokens to target cards on the field can be super valuable. But at the same time, I'm not too sure how I feel about that handicap of not being able to attack the turn you activate this card's effect. And for the fact that we had 3 monster zones in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, kind of makes it difficult to really pop off and do some combos because you're going to restrict yourself when you summon into this card because your board's going to be really filled up. So I like this card, but at the same time, I feel like Konami is still being kind of hesitant when it comes to like powerful rank 7 cards, but it's still a good card on its own. It's just, I just don't know how well it's going to work in Duel Links compared to other stuff like the TCG. So we'll have to wait and see on this card here. Moving on to the SR cards, we got Daigusto Emeral. This card is a rank 4 win rock F.A'S monster that takes 2 level 4 monsters. 2 F.A'S summoned into this card, so that's a generic rank 4, which is awesome. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card and then activate one of these effects. You can target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and draw a card. You can target a non-effect monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. This card has 1800 attack and 800 defense. So on the top of my head, I can't think of a good combo right away when it comes to this card right here, but it does seem to be kind of interesting when it comes to certain plays. The ability to shuffle cards back into your deck to draw a card can be useful in certain situations, and I think Gustos do like that. And also, when it comes to the secondary effect right here, getting more resources on your field is always nice, but again, I can't think of a good non-effect monster that you would want to bring back onto the field right away through those cards. So I'll have to wait and see on this one. Let me know in the comment section down below on how good this card will potentially be, because I can't think of anything on the top of my head right now. Next card we're gonna take a look at is number 12, Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. Some more ninja support. Really nice to see a bunch of new ninja cards getting added into the game. This is a Warrior Xyz monster. It takes 2 level 5 monsters, so that means you don't need to utilize Warrior level 5 monsters, but it's probably going to be preferred. Once returned during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. If this turn, face of ninja monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. This card has 2500 attack and 1700 defense. So this card is going to go really well with that other Xyz monster if you can get both of this Xyz monster and that rank 4 ninja monster we were talking about earlier, because you can give your rank 4 ninja monster the ability to not get destroyed by battle or card effects, and then you can let him attack twice and deal some spicy damage, which is really cool. Or when it just comes to your ninja deck in general, you can summon into Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja, summon into the other strong level 7 and 8 ninja monsters on your board, have a whole field of ninjas, give them the ability to not get destroyed by battle or card effects, and just OTK your opponent, which is also something very cool to take a look at. So nice card. Hopefully we'll be able to easily summon into this card, and I like it. It's not too bad of a card. Next up, let's go take a look at the Harpie support. Like, Konami is simping hard for Harpies right now, dude. Like, oh my goodness. Harpie Channeler right here is a level 4 Wind Wing Beast effect monster. You can discard 1 Harpie card and special summon 1 Harpie monster from your deck in face of defense position, except Harpie Channeler. You can use this effect of Harpie Channeler once per turn. While I control a dragon type monster, this card's level becomes 7. This card name becomes Harpie Lady while it's on the field or in the graveyard. So this card is going to be fantastic here for going into Xyz summons and going into synchro summons into that Harpie card, because again, the Harpie card we were talking about earlier in today's video, you can special summon it with a Harpie monster because you can treat it as a tuner, which is really cool right there. So you can discard a Harpie card, special summon at level 4 and go into the Cyber Harpie, or you can go into a rank 4 Xyz summon, which is also really cool to see, which I'm very curious to see how well Harpies are going to play out in Duel Links, because if I remember correctly, I believe Harpies was a pretty competitive TCG deck for the fact that of how fast it could spam out level 4 monsters onto the field, and with the toolbox that the TCG has, it was absolutely insane. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, a really cool card. It's going to be nice to get combos going, and also this card can become a level 7 when a dragon type monster is on the field. I don't know how useful that effect's going to be, but maybe you can do some interesting Xyz plays with that too. But yeah, very powerful card here. So the next card we're going to take a look at is Harpie Harpist, a level 4 Wind Wing Beast effect monster. This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while it's on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each of these effects of Harpie Harpist once per turn. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 winged beast type monster you control other than this card, and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and return them to the hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it's sent there this turn, you can add 1 level 4 winged beast type monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. This card has 1700 attack and 600 defense. Now this card is going to combo really well with a card already in Duel Links, which I believe is called Harpie Dancer. And that card allows you to normal summon a Harpie monster by returning a Harpie monster that's currently on your field back to your hand, which you can choose that card itself. So what you can do there is that if you already have multiple Harpie monsters on the field, for example, you can use Channeler to special summon into Harpie Dancer, and then use Harpie Dancers to return itself back to your hand and summon Harpie Harpist. You're going to be able to bounce a card your opponent controls and then go for an Xyz summon, if I'm, saying my words correctly there, which is kind of what I'm getting here with the Harpie support, which is really cool. So that's why I kind of see this card being an SR card, because you can play around that normal summon requirement while still having a ton of Harpie monsters on your side of the field, which is very exciting. So again, this new Harpie support is very interesting, and I could see this deck being pretty competitive. Next up, we're going to take a look at Harpie Perfumer. This card's a level 4 Wind Wing Beast effect monster. This card becomes Harpie Lady while it's in the field or in the graveyard. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 spell and trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Harpie Lady Sisters in its text. If you control a 5 or higher Harpie monster when you activate this effect, you can also add a second such card with a different name from the first. You can use this effect of Harpie Perfumer once per turn. So this card is just really good for comboing off of Harpie Lady Sisters, because again, there's a lot of support cards for Harpie Lady Sisters to make them powerful. I'm not too sure how well Harpie Lady Sisters is going to be played if this deck does become competitive. We'll have to wait and see on that. But if you're going to play Harpie Lady Sisters, probably going to want to add Perfumer into your deck. Next up, what's very interesting is it looks like we are getting F.A'S in Duel Links. F.A. Hang On Mach is going to be a win level 4 machine effect monster. This card gains attack equal to its level times 300, unaffected by activated effects from an opponent's monster whose original rank or level is lower than this card's level. Each time if a F.A. spell and trap card or effect is activated, you can increase this card's level by 1. This card is a 7 or higher. Any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. So one thing to keep in mind with F.A'S is the ability of skills and utilizing skills in Duel Links. Level augmentation is probably going to be this deck's best friend. But yeah, this card will be able to gain a total of 1200 attack right away. And then if you have any other cards to increase this card's level, for example, utilizing other F.A. spell and trap cards, you're going to be able to keep increasing this card's level or in attack as time goes on. And yeah, if you combo it with level augmentation, you can literally summon this guy, level augmentate, and then just give him a ton of attack, and then whenever your opponent card is sent to the graveyard, it's banished instead, which could be very useful against certain archetypes, which is very, very funny to see. So that's a cool card. Next up, we're going to take a look at F.A. Auto Navigator, a level 1 win machine tuner monster. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target an F.A. monster you control whose current level is higher than its original level, special summon this card, and if you do, reduce that target's level by the difference between its current and original level. And if you do that, this card's level becomes equal to the amount reduced. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a F.A. skilled spell card from your deck to your hand. You'll use each effective F.A. Auto Navigator once per turn. And yeah, this card's really useful for the fact that this is going to be your main tuner monster to synchro summon into the other F.A. synchro monsters and into any other generic synchro monsters with this deck. For the fact that you can basically special summon this card for free if your F.A. monster has a level that's different than its original level. And even though it does some weird level reducing and gaining things, it should still equal out to where you should be able to go into the synchro summons you want to go into, depending on your current F.A'S level. So that's cool to see. Next SR card good to take a look at is Fog King, a level 7 water spellcaster effect monster. You contribute 1 monster or no monsters to normal summon, but not set this card. The attack of this card becomes the combined original attack of the attributed monsters. Neither player contribute cards. So this card is useful in certain situations, depending on if you're going against a deck that relies on tribute summoning. Unfortunately, on the top of my head, not many decks in the game really utilize and tribute cards at the current moment. There is some effects that do some things here and there, but there's no really a main deck that lists tribute cards all the time. So while this card can be useful in certain situations, it's just as bad. It's just pretty much as good as just a side deck card, in my opinion. And we'll have to wait and see if this card is going to be good in the future. Next card that's very exciting to see is Lightning Vortex. You get to discard 1 card and destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. A lot of people are scared that Blue Eyes White Dragon are going to go to town with a card like this because it's a deck that's okay with discarding cards in order to gain and do combos. So I'm very curious to see how toxic this card's going to be. Also, this card is non-targetable destruction, which is very useful too, for the fact that hey, people in certain decks in Duel Links have abilities that can kind of play around or getting targeted and whatnot, but this card can just get rid of them. So that's very interesting to see. And again, I'm very curious to see how toxic Lightning Vortex is going to be in Duel Links. It's only an SR card, so this might be a broken SR card that Konami is willing to nerf later on down the road. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how broken Lightning Vortex is as time goes on, because it might go on the semi-limited list really quickly. Last but not least, for the SR cards, we're going to be taking a look at Spiritual Wind Art. This is a normal trap card that states tribute 1 win monster, target a monster opponent controls, and place that card on the bottom of the deck. So an all right little SR card, very useful for the win archetypes that are in this box. So that's a nice card to coincide with the rest of this box. And yeah, I think that's going to be kind of it for today's Duel Links video. I was only going to discuss about the UR and SR cards in this box, but again, we have some cool stuff in here. We got, number 7 Lucky Straight. We have some F.A. synchro monsters, which again, level augmentation is going to make this card toxic as all hell. We got Strike Ninja, Hyper, Cyber Harpie Lady. We got all sorts of just cool little stuff in this box, that is for sure. So it is awesome to see, that's for sure, and I'm looking forward to this box getting added to the game. And I think this might be a mini box that actually will change the meta. We haven't had a mini box that's been pretty busted in a long time, but I really like this new Harpie support. F.A'S potentially could be really interesting, and Lightning Vortex is a card that could be devastating to the meta game. So I'm looking forward to this box if it is true. Other than that, though, it's going to be it for me in today's Duel Links video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like in the video down below and sub to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. Other than that, it's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video.